Coco Gauff shocks young tennis stars at newly refurbished courts. Heartwarming surprise in New Orleans. New Orleans woke up to a warm, golden sunrise, the kind that made the Mississippi River glow and cast soft shadows across the city's historic streets. But at a quiet corner of uptown near the small neighborhood park, where the newly refurbished tennis courts gleamed like fresh paint on a blank canvas, an unforgettable story was moments away from being written. It would be a moment that would go viral, a moment that would become local legend, a moment these young players would tell their children one day. Because on this day, Coco Gauff, the American tennis superstar, Grand Slam champion, and hometown hero, was about to shock an entire group of rising junior athletes in a way they would never forget. And not a single person saw it coming. The beginning of a special day. The newly renovated courts were buzzing with excitement long before the official clinic began. Kids sprinted across the baseline to warm up. Coaches laid out cones, ladders, and fresh baskets of tennis balls. Parents chatted on the bleachers, proud and hopeful. The courts smelled like new asphalt and sunshine. It wasn't just any clinic. This was the first training session on the courts after their long-awaited refurbishing, an upgrade sponsored by the city, so young athletes could chase their dreams on better surfaces. But the organizers had no idea that Coco's plane had quietly landed late the night before. No press release, no announcement, no publicity team. Just Coco coming home, a secret entry. At 9:42 a.m., a plain black SUV pulled up near the side gate of the park. Out stepped a tall figure in a gray hoodie, sunglasses, and a cap pulled low. Her father followed close behind. "You ready?" he asked, smiling knowingly. Coco grinned. "Oh, they're definitely not ready." Together, they walked toward the entrance. Inside, the clinic was underway. The sound of bouncing tennis balls filled the air like a rhythmic heartbeat. Kids were laughing, coaches were shouting encouragement, and the joy was contagious. Little did they know, the heartbeat was about to change. The moment that changed everything. A group of advanced-level juniors, ages 12 to 16, were working on baseline rallies. They were fast, strong, and eager to impress their coaches. One player mizzed a ball, sending it rolling toward the fence near the entrance, right where Coco stood. A young girl yelled without looking, "Hey, can someone send that back?" Coco picked up the ball. Instead of rolling it back, she stepped onto the court, tossed the ball, and ripped a forehand so clean and powerful it echoed across all four courts. Pop! The sound alone made every kid freeze. Heads turned. Coaches spun around. Parents gasped. The sunglasses came off, and the court erupted. "No way, it's Coco Gauff." "She's here. Is this real life?" "That's Coco. Oh my God." Kids ran toward her in a tidal wave of excitement. Coaches were completely stunned. Parents scrambled for their phones. Coco burst into laughter as the kids swarmed her, hugging her legs, grabbing her hands, jumping around in shock and joy. "I want to surprise y'all," she said, breathless with laughter. "Did I do it right?" The entire place screamed yes. The surprise becomes a masterclass. Instead of making a quick appearance, Coco stayed. For hours, she turned the entire clinic into an unforgettable masterclass. And every moment was magic. One, the warm-up transformation. Coco took over the warm-up, leading footwork drills with the older players. Her energy turned simple ladder work into a high-performance training session. Quick feet. Stay low. Explode on the last step. The kids worked harder than they ever had. Even the coaches admitted they learned something. One coach whispered to another, "She's unreal. Look at them. They'd run through a wall right now." 2. The serve showdown. Coco walked to the baseline and challenged the kids. "Who thinks they can outserve me?" Almost every hand shot up instantly. Coco laughed. "All right, ladies first." A 14-year-old girl stepped up bravely, tossed the ball, and hit a strong serve. Coco clapped loudly. "Okay, that's legit." Then Coco demonstrated her own serve. The ball smacked the back fence so hard the younger kids literally ducked. One boy shouted, "She serves like she's trying to break the court." Everyone burst into laughter. 3. Rally with a champion. Coco took turns rallying with the top juniors. Some rallies were fast, intense, and breathtaking. But she made sure each kid felt special, encouraging, smiling, adjusting their technique. To one boy, she said, "You hit clean, kid. Keep that confidence." To another, "Your footwork is fire. Work on balance. You'll be unstoppable." The parents were filming like their lives depended on it. 4. The shy girl who stole Coco's heart. Then came the moment that would become the emotional center of the day. A quiet girl named Amina stood alone by the fence, holding a racket that was clearly too old and too heavy. She didn't approach Coco. She didn't shout. She didn't ask for anything. But Coco noticed her instantly. "You want to hit some balls with me?" Coco asked softly. Amina nodded timidly. They walked to the court together. Coco fed her slow balls at first. Amina missed a few, but Coco kept smiling. "You're doing great. Just breathe." Then, on the 4th rally, Amina connected. Whap! A perfect forehand. The entire crowd cheered. Amina covered her mouth in disbelief. Coco hugged her. "You're a star," she whispered. Amina burst into tears. So did her mother. Coco's speech that moved everyone. After the drills, Coco gathered players, parents, and coaches around her. Standing at center court, she looked around the newly refurbished space. She ran her hand across the fresh white lines. "When I was your age," she began, "the biggest surprise of all." Just when everyone thought the surprises were over, Coco raised her hand for silence. "Before I leave, I have one last thing." She pointed toward a table covered with tarps. As 2 assistants pulled the tarps away, the kids gasped. Brand new rackets, brand new shoes, brand new bags. Enough for every single player. And Coco said with a smile, "I'm donating 3 full-year scholarships to cover training fees for players who need them most." Chaos, joy, screams, parents crying, kids dancing. It was the kind of moment that changes lives. Sunset on the courts. As the clinic wrapped up and the sun dipped toward the horizon, Coco stayed behind for a few final photos, hugs, and autographs. One little boy asked shyly, "Will you come back?" Coco smiled softly. "Of course I will. This is home." Before leaving, she walked once more across the courts, touching the net, the baseline, the service box, absorbing every memory, old and new. Her father joined her. "You did something good today," he said. Coco nodded. "They deserve it. These are the next stars." As she walked out through the gate, the city lights flickered on, and the newly refurbished courts glowed behind her, alive with hope. A day New Orleans will never forget. Coco Gauff didn't just surprise the young tennis stars that morning. She inspired them. She empowered them. She gave them belief. She gave them a story they will carry forever. Because champions don't only rise from greatness. They rise from communities that dream. And on that extraordinary day in New Orleans, Coco brought the dream back home. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.